If you did not have a kid at the Oxford High School, you should not feel trauma due to what took place. That's complete bullcrap, by the way. The truth is, everyone is affected by what's going on. It's dropping a rock in the water, and the ripple effects, anything that's around it is going to be moving. And so there's something called secondary trauma. It's when you can feel the trauma from someone else, basically. And a lot of people say, I feel guilty for feeling the way that I feel. The truth is, we as a community are going to be grieving. We're going to be grieving the identity that we once had as Oxford. We're going to be grieving the identity that we once had as the quiet little town, and we are not that anymore. And with grief, you have the 5 stages, which is anger and sadness and bargaining and denial and acceptance. And the truth is, I think we're going through that because we're grieving in a lost identity. And that's why a lot of people are, I can't believe this happened. Or they're angry at the school, at the person who did it, or at their parents, or there's a feeling of sadness going on. And so you go through these stages, and it's not linear, by the way. These stages are not linear. These stages are, you can be in all of them at once, you can be one at a time, and some people go from acceptance to anger to sadness. Some people go through all of the sadness, the anger, all this stuff, and then end up at acceptance. Everybody grieves in a different way, and everyone needs the process. So the first thing to remember is this affects us as a community. So even if you didn't have someone involved at Oxford, at the high school, you can still grieve. You can still feel the trauma of what's going on. My second thing would be stay off of social media. It's going to make it worse because as this happens, you're going to see first couple things you're going to see. The first thing, I think, is that this happened, and then the news is going to move on. It's like, wait, but we're still hurting. What about us? And that took place. It happened already, and then they move on because current events just keep going and going. And there can be a feeling of they don't care about us. There's also people say some of the dumbest stuff you'll ever hear them say because they don't know exactly how to support anyone that's going through this, anyone that's going through the traumatic experience or the grieving process. People will say the dumbest stuff. And I've already experienced it. I've gone on social media and I've read some of these comments. People don't always know what to say, and when they don't know what to say, they just say whatever, and then it comes off as offensive or ignorant or whatever. Stay off of social media. And the other thing is with social media is that you just keep getting the news, and it keeps re-traumatizing, whatever it is, it just digs it in further and further. So stay off of that. Be with friends, be with family, loved ones, all that stuff. Just be there. Don't keep rehashing it with whatever media outlet, news, all that stuff. We already know it happened. We really don't need to keep diving into it. Now is a time for healing. The last thing I would say is let people grieve. Let them grieve. If they want to talk about it, let them talk about it. If they don't want to talk about it, they don't have to talk about it. You don't want to re-traumatize someone by forcing them to relive and go over what they've already gone through. Don't continue to talk about it if they don't want to talk about it. Whoever it is, whether it's your teen, whether it's just an adult that's dealing with it, whether it's one of the younger people from middle school who, went through a lockdown. Grief doesn't always just happen right away. It's not like it happens and then you instantly have to get someone into, let's say, therapy or to talk to a pastor or whatever it is. Sometimes it can take a while, sometimes 6 weeks to 6 months to however long, and you just continue to monitor what's going on. The first thing I would say is monitor yourself. Where are you today? And if you're really struggling, where are you moment to moment? You just check in to see how you're feeling, how you're doing, because the truth is, when the airplane's crashing, you put the oxygen mask on yourself first so that you can go help other people. And some people struggle with this because it seems like they're being selfish, but self-care is not actually selfish. You have this temple of God, and you need to take care of it. You need to take care of who you are so that you can continue to not only help yourself and heal, but you can help other people heal as well. And this is a very important point, because a lot of people think that, I have to be strong for other people. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to be strong at all right now. Actually, you need to feel what you're feeling, and you need to process what you're feeling, or distract yourself from what you're feeling, but then come back and process it. You're gonna grieve, and you're gonna go through different stages, and things are gonna be different. You're gonna go through these feelings maybe that you've never felt before. Maybe you're not sleeping, and so maybe medication is okay for right now. And not really eating, well, you might have to kind of force yourself to eat, because your body is healing. And in order to heal, you're going to need nutrition, and you're going to need rest. And so make sure you're doing that. Another thing that you can do is keep keep consistency. Keep some sort of schedule, right? You want to return to some sort of normalcy so that you can build some sort of trust in your life. Otherwise, when you sit around, really all you have is to think about the worst possible things, because if you've seen any of my older videos, you'll know that the brain likes to just jump to worst case scenarios. Treeside Psychological Clinic in downtown Lake Orion is where I work, and if you have any questions or are looking for a therapist or someone to just talk to, I know that we will be running some groups. We will be working with the community, so we're going to have connections with the community. So the number is 248-693-9614. Feel free to contact, call, and we have people standing by just waiting there to help anyone that needs help. Thanks, guys.